Hey, do you feel like God has forgotten you? Or maybe you feel like people have abandoned you? Well, I've got an encouragement for you today. You see, in Psalm chapter 8, verses 3 to 4, we see the mindfulness of God. And it says, when I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have ordained, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? Jesus is mindful of you. In fact, we see this mindfulness of the Lord in the Holy Week when Jesus is now at the whipping post before he goes to the cross, and he's being whipped and tortured with these whips, and he's bleeding profusely. And in this moment, he can choose to die right there, but instead he willingly picks up his broken and bruised body right there, battered and gasping for breath. Why? Because he knows there's a criminal that he needs to meet at the cross that's going to be next to him. So he picks up his body with the wood scraping on his back, takes the cross up the hill, and then right there in this moment, he's being nailed to the cross and there's a criminal next to him. And in this moment, Jesus could have chosen to be, thinking about himself in the midst of his pain, but he doesn't, because the criminal asks him and says, Lord, will you remember me when you go to your paradise? And in that moment, Jesus is not selfish. In fact, in that moment, he takes that moment and he says, surely today you will be with me in paradise. This is the mindfulness of Jesus. Today, Jesus is mindful of